Hello? Are we live?
I think so.
Is this thing on?
I think. Let me check the wires. JJ's here.
my gosh.
All right. Srixus is here. Alf is
Wait,
here.
we just started, JJ. You're not
Wow,
late
you're
at
not
all.
late. You're as late as we are. And we're pretty on time. We're pretty on time. What's going on, friends? It's good to see all of you. Who all is hanging out with us?
Tom and Leffe.
Yeah, look at that. Aaron's here.
Ron.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson, hello to you in the south of England.
What's up, Brown Finger? Brown Finger's here too.
Aha.
I don't know about that.
Keep it brown.
You do you, Brown. You know, that's all I can say.
Hi, Katya.
Okie doke. Katya's here. All right.
Al from France. You saying greetings from France makes me think of what's the old sketch from SNL? They had a show too.
The Coneheads.
We come from France.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thought of that. Keep it brown, Doug.
Amethyst is here.
Hello,
JJ's
Whale
here.
Shark.
All right.
Leeds, England. Mark Bowerman, Matt Bishop.
It's
Hello,
been a
hello.
good day so far. Hey,
Amethyst.
Arrow survived tailgating and a game yesterday, so it's
Excellent.
good to see Arrow with
Who
us.
won that game? Do we know?
I do not know.
Arrow will tell
Sure,
us.
he will. I'm sure he will tell us.
Good.
All right. So
Hi, Hugh.
It was a great week this past week, and I think we have a wonderful week coming up for all of you. We had LSU won
Long
38
live
to
Coneheads.
nothing.
Yes, Lisa. What happened?
LSU won 38 to nothing.
So you were happy campers yesterday, Arrow.
Just let the other team have a field goal or something. It's like, here, y'all are, come on.
Do you remember way back when the Huskers would have games that were like they would just trounce the other team?
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
don't-
hasn't happened in a long time. But do you remember way back when
I remember.
they would do that and we would be like, can you just let the other team
Can you let the other
a
team
little
score?
bit?
I don't think the Huskers can count that high anymore,
No,
quite
not
frankly.
anymore.
I don't
No.
think it's possible for them to score that many points. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They have to use more than their fingers and toes to get there. All right. So- let's see.
They use a few other things.
It's true. This past week, I'll recap a little bit of
gosh.
what happened this
That's
past
mean.
week. What?
We still love you, Huskers.
Yeah,
Husker Nation. We still do.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you're playing well, but we still love you.
Yes.
Last week was a fun week. I did a piece for Mastodon called Blood and Thunder. I hadn't done anything for Mastodon for several months.
wow.
That was a heavy tune, but I really liked it. The thing
thought you'd like
that
that
I
one.
remembered more than anything about that was that the entire chorus was nothing but a riff on a fully diminished seventh chord. And that was intriguing to me. So, a lot of these heavy metal tunes give you the tritones. They were giving you tritones everywhere you looked on that song. But that was really cool. We did some Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen on Wednesday, and I very much enjoyed that one. I was doing a little headbanging with the boys from Queen. On Thursday, if y'all haven't seen this, I really enjoyed a conversation that I had with vocalist extraordinaire
Yes.
Tim Warwick, and
Yeah.
that one is on my my YouTube channel.
Y'all need to check that out if you've not seen it yet, because
It's a fun interview.
Tim is the GOAT. He is absolutely amazing.
Oh, show.
You gotta, and the most genuine, lovely guy.
Yeah.
You've gotta go check out that video as soon as this is done.
Jeff says we're competing with NFL football. What is that?
Oh, sorry. What is that?
I'll catch up on the clips later, but yeah, for sure. Thank you for choosing us over the American football
Yeah, appreciate it.
stuff.
Or
All
at least
right.
like having us on one screen and that on another.
Yeah, multitask. You got to
multitask.
multitask.
It's all about the multitask.
So if something really great in the game happens, you can rewind it. But this is a live stream. It's happening now. So respect. But
Hi,
yeah,
Ray.
that conversation with Tim that we did on Thursday was, I haven't done an interview in a while, and that was a lot of fun to talk with Tim and to hear some of the just absolutely incredible music and videos that he puts out. and that was great. And then Friday we capped off a great week with the Remembering by
Yeah.
the side 2 from Tales from Topographic Oceans, and
So
it was
good.
the whole weekend. The word that's been in my head was sublime.
Yes.
Just absolutely sublime.
Sublime.
What a fascinating tune
1000%.
for a rock band to record and make. It's just breathtaking. It's just breathtaking. Mr. Wonders, you haven't missed anything yet. I am just kind of recapping the week that was. The other thing that
Jeff's
has...
watching both.
All right. The other thing that has happened recently over on our Patreon is the most recent Behind the Score video that we did features a piece that I wrote. And it's a piece called Serenade to Music. And I wrote it for 4-part women's chorus with oboe and piano. And I take everybody through that one. And very proud of that episode.
You should be proud of the episode and that piece because
it's one of my favorites.
It's stunning. It's in my top 5 of Doug's pieces.
It's in my top 2.
Your top 2
of mine that I've ever written.
Is it number 1 or is it number?
It depends on the day. Yeah, it depends on the day.
What's the other one? You don't want to say? You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to.
That's tough. I mean, maybe I'll have a top 5 that rotates. How about that?
There you go. Rotating top.
It's hard to pick a favorite kid, you know.
That's true.
Especially when they're so well behaved. The other thing that we have done recently over on the Patreon, a whole bunch of people here on YouTube have been asking us for more King Crimson.
True.
The thing that happens with King Crimson on YouTube is blocks. Right? So when we do music by King Crimson, that appears on our Patreon. And I just this past week released an entire album reaction to their classic album, Discipline. And we use a score with that one. And it's really an astounding album, and just beautiful at times, really complicated, but absolute musicianship from King Crimson in Discipline. That was a really cool listen. What am I missing?
JJ, I don't recall exactly what you said about
I see his
Serenade.
comment. The oboe, well, in this case, I wrote it for 4-part women's chorus.
Yes.
So it's 2 soprano parts and 2 alto parts.
Yeah.
And then it's for a pianist of any gender and an oboist of any gender, as long as they're good at it, to play.
Right.
Right?
And it does. And when we say 4-part women, I think we need to kind of go away from saying that and just to say soprano, soprano, alto, alto.
Okay.
And yes.
SSAA.
SSAA.
Paul, I've done Starless, and that's you can find that over on my Vimeo and Patreon as well.
Yeah.
Marginal. I need to get back to some more Vandergraaf Generator for sure.
You can't get to it on Vimeo unless you are a patron, right? For Starless, or is it? Is that available to the general public?
That one might be public, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay.
Arrow could probably.
Jimmy, you know, after hearing Discipline, I am quite interested in Adrian's solo stuff. I'm really not familiar with his playing before hearing Discipline. I was very impressed with his vocals, and his guitar playing was excellent, and I was really impressed. So I'm not opposed to looking into more from Adrian. Trey is asking for more dirty loops. You know, whenever we make a loop, we're going to make it dirty. I need to have those guys back on
We really
again.
do, and I kind of keep forgetting.
Yeah, we need to actually, you know, it's going to help if I make a big note to myself. All caps, dirty. Loops.
Loops.
Oh, I need an S at the end of loops.
Yeah, not just dirty loop.
I don't want just.
You don't want a dirty loop.
If I'm gonna make it dirty, I need more than one, y'all.
Make it plural.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so they want to know what's coming up this week. That's why they tuned in, and we have some selections that are going to happen this week. It's a little bit of an odd week, but I think it's going to be really great.
Yeah.
For the last month or so, I have been the Nightwish fans have been going, Doug, we love you. Where have you gone?
I know.
We need some more Nightwish
been
on
a
the
long
channel.
time.
It has been a hot second. Today, this week is the week. Tomorrow, for a Metal Monday, I'm doing some Nightwish. One of our patrons, Carrie, has been asking for their song called "Song of Myself," and has specifically requested the live version that was filmed in 2013 at Wacken. And that's the one we're going to go with. Megan spot checked that one a little bit. I was asking, all right, sometimes the Nightwish stuff is more symphonic than metal, and sometimes it's more metal than symphonic. And that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah,
Song of Myself.
Yeah.
I don't know why Mark is laughing, but that's what we're going to do. We're doing Song of Myself by Nightwish.
Where are you saying?
He says LOL. Nightwish metal. Yeah.
You know,
come
on, man.
It sounded pretty metal to me when I spot checked it. So that's close enough. And we haven't done Nightwish in such a long time. I was really wanting to get back to some music from them. On Tuesday, I'm not doing a video for YouTube on Tuesday this week, but on Tuesday, what I am doing is the next Behind the Score for our Patreon community. And that one I'm really excited about because I'm going to be doing a co-host deal. And next to me is not going to be Megan. It's going to be our composer friend John Franek. Yeah. And we're going to be talking
the third part of
our
Daily Doug
our cabal
trio.
here. And we're going to be talking about a new piece of his. I don't think John is on Arrow. He's not here currently in our place, and I haven't seen him in the chat, but he's going to be over here at our place on Tuesday, and we're going to record that video. Yeah. We're going to be taking a look at his piece called Sea Change for orchestra, and it's a unique little piece of music, and it's got some microtonal stuff in it, and I don't think we've looked at any microtonal things from or during any of our Behind the Score for sure, and especially on the YouTube channel. So that's going to be fun.
And for those of you who are patrons who are going to be checking out that Behind the Score video, and for those of you who are not but are interested, come on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Doug Helvering. And
that's how it works.
Because this is going to be the first time you've done a Behind the Score video with the composer.
Yeah.
Sitting with you, going through the composer's piece of
music.
Right.
The only other time that's happened, it's been me.
Right.
As the composer.
So you're gonna want to watch this because it's first of all, I love hearing John talk about it. He loves to talk about and answer questions about his music and where it comes from and what drives it and kind of how it's put together and what he did with it. So I think you're really going to be very, very interested. I think it's going to be an excellent
cool
video, even if microtonal music is not typically or necessarily your thing.
Cool.
There's a lot of emotion that's behind it all.
I'm really excited about diving into that with John. I really am. And I'm watching some of your notes go by here. Hydraulic Press. I have reacted to Comfortably Numb before. It's on the channel. And I think it was Pompeii, or maybe it wasn't, or was it one of the other ones? So that one I probably won't do again. Maybe in a long time to revisit it, but that one I've done here. Okay, so let's see what's up next. So that one I'm doing for my Patreon on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to be releasing a video that was pre-recorded back in July for one of our fan favorites videos, and in that month we were looking at cover songs. And one of the ones that was featured in that video is Hurt by 9 Inch Nails, covered by Johnny Cash. And so I was just, I had heard it before, but I was, in the moment, I was floored by it.
Every time
I hear it. There is something about the way Johnny Cash delivers a lyric
Yeah.
that if you're a human and you're a music fan, it can't not affect you.
Yeah.
It's an amazing song by Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails, and the cover is a whole other thing entirely. And so I'm thrilled to be sharing that with all of you on Wednesday. And again, that was pre-recorded back in July.
Yeah.
Also, what I'm doing on Wednesday, something to keep track of, I am doing another interview. I'm conducting another interview on Wednesday, and that's going to be with musician Rachel Flowers.
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
excited for
been listening to her music for about the last year or so. Once I found out what she's all about, and she is a multi-talented keyboard artist, and she is going to be out and doing some touring. And in fact, we are going to be attending the concert featuring the band Renaissance in October, and Rachel is opening for Renaissance on this little tour. And so I'm going to get a chance to chat with Rachel on Wednesday, and then that interview will then be released in the early part of October, leading up to when we're going to be able to see them in concert. And so I'm just really excited about that. So I see a few of you that are excited about me talking with Rachel as well. Yeah, Mark, that Hurt stuff with Johnny Cash is just remarkable. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
Mr. Wondrous, I'm really looking forward to hearing Renaissance live. I of course like their stuff. And just so that y'all know, that does mean that we will, I promise, have some Renaissance music on the channel before I go to their concert.
Yeah.
I just have to.
Absolutely.
So that is part of what's going to happen, and so that's going to be coming up soon. I'm excited about it.
She is a phenom.
She's
Mr.
great.
Wonders.
She's
Yeah,
absolutely
Rachel.
great.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
So on Thursday, I'm doing more stuff for our Patreon, and that's our next fan favorites video. The fan favorites videos take me longer than anything else to do. They're like 5 to 8 or 9 episodes of the Daily Doug all in one.
Yeah.
So what we do is we poll the audience. We poll our Patreon audience at the beginning of the month for their votes on a specific genre or topic. And this month we were doing Diamonds in the Rough. So these are the songs and artists that are generally overlooked or underappreciated. And so the ones that we've got one more day of voting, and that's today. So patrons, if you're watching, if you still have the rest of the day today to vote on this, I believe that music by the Straubs and by Nectar are definitely going to make it. But after that, there are a bunch of bands and songs that are competing for the rest of the spots in the video. I know that The Tangent and National Health and Moon Safari and Clannad and Saga, Toy Matinee, there's some others in there as well, that are all like log jammed. And literally, if the votes change by 3 or 4 or 5, even that few, it could drastically change stuff.
Yeah.
So vote today, patrons, if you want to see any of those bands make the final video.
Yeah, Aaron just said the fan favorites list is really great this month.
I'm excited about it.
The last time we did like a hidden gems, underappreciated fan favorites, the whole, like, every submission that we listened to was
I think that's
awesome.
the first time that we heard Thank You Scientist. It was the first time that I heard Wobbler.
Correct.
It was the first time that I heard IQ.
Yep.
It was the first time that I heard UK. So some of these fan favorites videos are the way for me. They are the vehicle for me to find my way into some of these really worthy bands.
But maybe lesser
that are a little bit
underappreciated.
Yeah, whose music is a little bit underappreciated. So that's a great way in for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'll be recording that on Thursday of this week for our patrons, and then on Friday here on YouTube, I am going to close the loop on Moving Pictures. At the beginning of September, we released side 1 of Moving Pictures by Rush, and this coming Friday we're going to do side 2 of that album to complete that one, and I'm looking forward to it. Hey, John's here.
Hey, John Franek.
Rock and roll.
Here. We were just talking about
John's
you.
ears must have been burning.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about good old John. John, we told him that we're going to do a behind the score to one of your pieces. An orchestral piece of yours.
Yes.
So it's good stuff.
Yes.
So that's the week. On YouTube, friends, we're doing some Nightwish, Song of Myself, tomorrow, and on Wednesday, Hurt, as covered by Johnny Cash, and then on Friday, Moving Pictures Side 2 from Rush. Great stuff.
John says his burning ears told him.
Ooh, all right.
We were hyping it big time, John, because I really can't. I was telling the crowd here that that I always love to hear, well, any composer, but I really enjoy hearing you talk about your pieces, what drove them, the impetus behind it, because there's always so much intelligence and heart with and emotion and behind your music. So, and it's the same with you. It's a joy to be able to talk with both of you about music that you compose,
and especially with this piece.
Yeah,
I've talked with John a little bit about it, and I know the point of view that John has, and when he was writing this piece, and it's a real unique way to use an orchestra.
Yes,
one of the more unique ways that I've ever heard an orchestra used. It's really fascinating.
It's really fascinating and really, really, really freaking cool.
Good stuff. Well, should we share some vinyl, some treats with them? Yesterday, my friends, we were going to do an unboxing today. We went to our P.O. box, and I was astounded at the number of gifts that have been sent in to us. And
it's just amazing.
We had an absolute rocking time last night.
We did.
Listening to some vinyl. Yeah. My friends, it was so much fun. Aaron, there was a good question about a Wobbler interview. Can you talk about interviews? I and would be perfectly happy to talk with the guys from Wobbler.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So, Andrew, yes, we have been to Grounds to Sculpture.
We've performed there a couple of times.
There. Yeah. At, what was that festival called?
What is that festival?
The Early Music Festival. We've done some early music stuff.
Yes.
There, and it's an odd place. Those big sculptures that are there. But it's really cool. It's
so cool. It's beautiful.
From where we used to live, that was like a 20-minute drive.
It's less than that.
Yeah, depending. Well, if you drive, it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewind that and retract that. That was an unnecessary foul.
And it's actually
It's not true. That was just a bad joke. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me, in front of all my friends, Megan doesn't drive faster than me. Okay.
I used to do that. I used to, but I have mellowed.
Now I'm getting red in the face. Woo! All right. Let's see what's going on. Metal Mark, yeah, I think we will come back to Maiden relatively soon. Strange World, a very different song. Okay. Strange, Iron, Maiden, Strange World. I'm still holding out a little bit of hope to get to see Iron Maiden when they're coming through our area. We booked a little fall vacation. We had a window to go, and
Yeah.
we booked it, and then I realized that when Iron Maiden is going to be in our home area, we will not be. So I need to
Yeah.
take another look at their tour schedule to see where we might be able to pop in. But yesterday we did a hangout with the Council of Dougs, our top tier patrons over on Patreon, and we listened to a lot of great music. And
It was another 2.5
it
hour
was 2.5 hours.
party on Zoom with some really amazing folks. So
Great time.
Yeah,
Well
it's
spent
always
among
fun.
great friends. And I think we had folks from 3 or 4, I think 4 continents is our average to be
Yeah.
on that Zoom call, and it's a lot of fun.
Such a good time.
And we had mentioned that we had been to our PO box, and we had a whole bunch of these LPs that we had. I mean, they were shaped like LPs. I'm pretty sure they're records.
John is right. This community does do the best gifts.
They're awesome.
Easy.
I mean, y'all are gonna.
Easy. 100%.
I lost my
1000%.
shit yesterday when
It's true.
when we so we unboxed
Right.
these yesterday instead of
Yeah.
today, but we want to show you what we got because it's really cool. Andrew, I do like Impressionism. Andrew gave a question here. Wonderful music. The colors are
Yes.
just astounding.
Yes.
It's a little bit tricky to analyze.
Good point.
But it's if you're looking just for music with color that will just astound you. That's great stuff.
Absolutely.
It's great stuff. One of the first behind the scores that I did was the Passa PA from Debussy. You know, just wonderful stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, then they're going to ask this. William is asking who my favorite classical composer is.
Oh.
That's tricky. That's tricky.
I know one of your top favorites. If I were to,
The thing is, like, if you ask a person who your favorite band is, they're like, yes. The idea is like, okay, if I was going to pick any band to listen to, which band would I listen to? It's relatively straightforward. You know, like, oh, this is my favorite band, right? But a classical composer, it's different because if it depends on the mood. Really, what I want to listen to. Do I want to listen to something that's Baroque or Renaissance? Do I want to listen to a choir piece? Do I want to listen to a symphony? Or like a shredding, concerto or something from the 20th century or something brand new? I don't, it's tricky. But if I did have to be nailed down, Mark, I don't disagree with you. John Williams may be like probably one of my favorites, bar none.
I love all the guesses coming in here.
But
Ravel,
Stockhouse,
Stockhausen,
Respighi is a good
Respighi.
guest. Amethyst Center. That is not bad.
Penderecki
Underrated.
has a place in my heart.
Yeah, Mr. Wondrous has put something in for Sadie, and then Scriabin,
Sadie.
Beethoven. From Hugh,
Beethoven.
Mendelssohn. If I had to say who a favorite composer for me is, the one I have probably the most respect for out of any of them is Felix Mendelssohn.
Exactly who I was going to say as a favorite for
Yeah.
you.
The main reason why is for me Mendelssohn sort of brings the best of Baroque counterpoint, classical, really clean phrases and instrumentation with a romantic sensibility. And I don't think anybody did it better than him. It's really great. But I mean, there's so many great ones. I mean, of course, y'all know there's so many great bands, right? It's kind of hard to pick a favorite. Yeah, Arvo Pärt, man.
I'm trying not to laugh right now because
Chopping
Chopping Broccoli. It's so hilarious.
Matt, Debussy's great. I mean, how do you deny? Michael Brown, Vaughan Williams. Y'all are cultured.
Of course they are.
Helvering's Army.
Hello?
I knew
Helvering's Army.
y'all would be cultured. Y'all can tell that I was outside yesterday too. I got a lot of sun yesterday. It was so gorgeous here yesterday. Let's show them some of the albums that we got.
Okay.
And it was just hit after hit after hit yesterday.
He did lose his shit.
I lost my pants.
With this first one that we're gonna show them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It was this one, I think.
I think
Wait,
I want
was
to
it
watch
this
Mark
one?
eat his pants. He's going to eat his underwear if I don't watch Ennio, a tribute by Giuseppe Tornatore. Mark, send me a note on Patreon and give me a link to that, because I would not like you to eat your shorts. You don't need to do that on my behalf. All right, we're going to help you out. Oh, Bree's here. Hi, Bree. I am glad Bree is here. I am glad Bree is here for what's going to happen in a few minutes. But first, this one.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. Was this first one the one that you were like, at?
I was.
I mean, you really were at all of them, but
I
there
was
one
using
in
my giddy
particular-
voice for every one of these.
There was one in particular that got you out of your seat.
It wasn't this one.
It was not this one.
It was
Okay.
not that one. But this
We'll
one is.
let you know.
I mean, come
But
on.
this one made Doug go, what? Yeah,
Holy
this was
buckets, my friends. Describes me, doesn't it?
amazing. No, it does not.
Thick as a brick.
Stop.
It's awesome. This 50th anniversary edition. It's got the whole like
So
newspaper
cool.
print and everything
Yeah.
on it. And this one was sent to us by our friend Brian. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
For this. And it says 50th
Amazing.
anniversary edition. The record was cut at half speed, and it's a Steven Wilson remix. And I am. This is one of the ones that we didn't crack the wrapping on, but we're going to listen to this one
I'm so excited.
very soon. Thank you, Brian, for that one. Our friend Paul sent us in. Who's been wanting us to listen to this little band called Ambrosia.
Yeah.
So he sent us their first and second album. So Ambrosia, I've got both of their first
Can we
albums.
just show off this one, because I mean,
Do your thing.
that's just beautiful.
That's pretty.
It's beautiful. Anyway,
I'm ready to go. Paul
Yeah.
says this is when they were still kind of proggy and not
Huh.
quite as commercial as what I know them from, right? So this is stuff that I haven't heard. So this may be showing up on a Daily Doug at some point
Cool.
in the future. And then Bree, you should have seen Megan last night, just grooving, and then she grooved some more to this album. You got to show them.
thank you.
She
I
got
appreciated our friend Bree said I feel like Meg should get something
yeah.
sometimes too, and that so it's happened a couple of times now, and I never expect anything, neither do you. And we're extremely grateful, and I'm extremely grateful for this because I grew up listening to, and I know that I probably say it wrong. I do say it wrong. I know that they even say ABBA. I always, when growing up, my family members around me always said ABBA, so I always say ABBA. Anyway, ABBA. I grew up listening to them, singing. My sister,
potato,
my
either
sister
way.
and I would like dance around a little bit, and we sang and sang. Anyway.
I was,
this is a real sentimental. It's
that?
a double album, and they are gold colored records.
Right.
Thank you very much.
They're
Beautiful.
They left out. Do you hear the drugs? Do you hear the drums? Fernando.
No,
Is it there?
Fernando's there.
Fernando. Oh, there it
Yeah.
is. Fernando.
Fernando.
There it is. Megan got through like all four sides last night. You skipped around a little bit.
I skipped around a little bit. I kind of hit
Yeah,
my.
I'll put it over here.
It kind of hit my favorites. There.
ABBA.
This is
We
the
might
one
have
that,
we might have to just put some ABBA on the channel.
There you go.
They're worthy, as far as I'm concerned.
This is the one that I flipped out when I saw it.
So this, I need some
I
help,
flipped out at the ABBA, and
friends. We don't know who sent this to us.
we don't.
This came direct. It's funny because
ABBA is better than people give them credit for.
they are.
Thank
They
you.
are. Can I see that box that this
Yes.
came in? So this is some ELP, and that's our first vinyl, the ELP.
It's a triple
It came in a
album.
box, and it was shipped directly from a music store in Berlin.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling that somebody found this album at this store and asked them to ship it directly to us. overseas. So I don't know who sent this in because it doesn't have the person's name, right? So
Yeah.
what we have here, friends, this is unbelievable. This is 3 records.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo, all right.
Thank you so much.
3 records, and I think it's like a greatest hits sort of thing.
That's cool.
And like side 1 is Hoedown, Jerusalem, and Toccata. Side 2 is Tarkus.
Yeah.
Side 3 is more of Tarkus.
That's conclusion.
And then Take a Pebble, including Still You Turn Me On and Lucky Man. Yeah, Lucky Man's there, and you got Lucky Man over here. Whoop, they don't see that one. Yeah. Lucky Man's right here behind me, over here. And this one is signed by Greg Lake. Greg did the calligraphy on this. One of our patrons who lives up in northern Jersey sent that to me. Wonderful. Hi, Andrew.
Oh, Andrew, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Ricardo, we're gonna write down what
Supper's Ready collaboration with Todd Mobile and Symphonia Nord Live.
That would be really cool to check out. Yeah, thank you.
Side 4 of this,
I'll make sure we get that written down.
has piano improvisations and Take a Pebble and Jeremy Bender and the Sheriff, a medley. Side 5 has Carnival 9, and side 6 has the second and third impressions of Carnival 9. This is unreal, my friends.
It's so cool.
A 3 LP set.
Yeah.
That was hanging out. It looks used, right? It's definitely used.
Sure.
But it was just hanging out in a record store in Berlin, and now it's here. And we are very, very thankful for that. And there's more,
absolutely
too.
Amazing.
That wasn't the one that got me out of my chair, y'all. There's a few more. I went to the P.O. box, and the people are like, oh, it's you again. We got more shit for you back behind the counter. So our friend Anders Buas sent this to us. I am really looking forward to this one. This is some of his own music, and it's called the Edinburgh Suite. And this has some really great musicians on it. Anders is on guitar and mandolin and banjo, and Marco Miniman is on the drums. Yeah. They've got Tony Franklin on bass, Christian Berg on percussion, and Richard Garcia on keyboards. I'm really fascinated to hear this. Yeah. So thank you, Anders. We got this one.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. And we got your note. Much appreciated there. Looks lovely. The Edinburgh Suite. This, my friends, is what caused me to lose my shit. Both of these, because
Doug was enthused by everything, like extremely enthused and very excited. But these last 2,
remind me his name. PJ?
No.
Philip.
Philip.
Is it Philip? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Philip.
Yeah, Philip. So those of you that are big Train fans understand how difficult it is to find Big Train vinyl. And Philip bought this Big Train, the Underfall Yard, at one of their recent gigs.
Yeah.
And then he shipped it to me. And it's there's 3 LPs in this. Let's see, side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, side 5, side 6.
I'm extremely excited for this.
Lost it. Yeah, I was like this is unbelievable. Yeah. I can't imagine how much this costs, especially at a live tour stop. Yeah. Philip, I thank you. This is really, really great. I'm going to cherish this for a long time. That's really awesome. And then to top it all off, and I was deceased after this one.
Arrow, I will answer after we do this after we show you this last album.
So Tom, our good friend Tom, I can't remember if it was a pre-order or what happened, but it arrived, and you will know what's happening at our house later this afternoon. Go ahead and show them. It's the new remix of Animals, the one that's just out.
Yeah.
And I lost it.
Got him out of his chair.
It's just Y'all are so generous.
Extremely generous.
And
I just can't.
it's wonderful. So Tom, thank you for this. It's the wrapping's coming off, and
Manuel says I'm officially jealous.
and we're gonna throw down. We're gonna y'all. If I had more room for a Helvering's Army party here at the LP station, I would invite you all over. Isn't that right? I mean, Bree, come on, that's crazy. This was just like a week and a half worth of stuff.
I know. It's unbelievable.
I mean, come on.
It's unbelievable.
It's just wonderful. Wonderful.
It's so wonderful.
So I'm going to be listening to that later.
Can you please scroll back to this so that we can write it down?
Because sure.
I think it's going to be really cool. Steve Hackett.
Yeah, Steve's on tour too. Steve Hackett.
Supper's Ready collab.
Supper's Ready collaboration with Todd Mobile.
And Symphony and Nord live.
Cool.
Say live. Make sure you type live.
Live. Great. Thank you, Ricardo.
Yes.
Let's see. Who was asking about there? I think Aaron or Arrow put it in the chat. Both of them did.
Oh, they both did. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. P.O. Box 872, Belmead, New Jersey, 08502.
Yeah.
You can find it in the comments.
And Bell is Belle, Mead, MEAD.
Mark, I bet we have close to 36 LPs. And one of my things to do in the next couple of days is to build a list. And I will publish the list similarly to the way that we publish the directory of all the stuff that we've done on the channel. In the description boxes of each video. So I'll put that up in case y'all want to know.
That's a good idea.
Like if you think, I think that I might want to get this record for Doug. Does Doug already have this album? So I need to produce a list of all of the records that we currently own, and so that y'all can consult that. Great stuff.
Holy moly!
What's going on?
Andrew Davis said the minimum price of tickets to the 2022 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony was $1,300.
That's obscene. That's my reaction to that. That's obscene. Wow. It's a lot of money.
Aaron, I'm not sure what was mentioned, but he said Doug is working on a new website. We are
in process.
Yeah. Yep.
That's part
brand
part of the reason why we're doing a couple of pre-recorded videos this week is I'm desperately trying to get that one done and move on from.
Yeah.
I would say that it's probably 2/3 of the way done, and we're getting close. And Mr. Wondrous, Porcupine Tree was great.
Oh God.
Porcupine
Tree.
We got their new album too. I picked that one up at the
yes,
at the concert. If you want us to hear more us talking about that, check out the live stream from last Sunday, and we talk about that one.
The PO box will be on the website for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, Chris,
as a mailing address. That part of the website's done. So, just hang on to that. Hey, Chris, thank you.
Any recommendation for classical music that shreds? Similar to Vivaldi's Summer or Winter or Paganini's. Okay. And also asking, will there be more Radiohead?
Sure.
There will be more Radiohead, I would guess. Classical music that shreds.
That's not my typical style of classical music, so it's not something that I think too much about.
I was going to say, anybody who is here and watching and listening, feel free to chip in here. I'm trying to, any kind of Paganini is a good way to go.
Liszt on the piano.
That's true.
Go to the virtuosos on their instruments, and then watch, and then listen to what they come up with. I mean, Liszt was a virtuoso on the piano, wrote for himself, right? Paganini
100%.
on the violin. So some of these virtuosos would write stuff that they know they can play, and that's a certain style of music, right? As a way to impress with technicality and really fast notes and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, Andrew Chaik is great.
Metal Mark mentioned the Yngwie Malmsteen shreds, which is very true. And actually, it made me realize it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute since we had Yngwie on the
had
channel.
Yngwie on the channel. So thank you for that reminder.
For sure.
Yeah.
The especially
Chopin does do some shredding on piano. That's true.
Stravinsky's rhythms are great. Revueltas from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Check that out.
Yes.
Revueltas. Revueltas. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mark, I've never had vinyl. I never have. It's new to me. It's a new thing.
Did you guys did your parents have albums see, I grew up with a very nice record player and like a very good turntable and very good speakers, and my parents had albums and we played them all the time.
At one point I had tons of CDs. Over the years I've gotten rid of them. We've been, for the last 15 years, probably, an entire amount of 15 years, we've been nothing but like streaming and MP3 players for our stuff.
Yeah.
We've never really had a ton of room, and so we just kind of decreased all of that. So getting the turntable and starting to, especially with these new albums, with the new vinyl, like the stuff like this, the Animals thing. It says the stereo remixed album on heavyweight 180 gram vinyl.
Yeah.
The Porcupine Tree album that I got last week at the show. It's a regular length album, but it takes 2 albums. The vinyl is unbelievably thick. They take up 4 sides for that regular album. It plays beautifully. It absolutely plays beautifully. And so far we're just enjoying the crap out of it, and it's really great. It's been a long time since I listened to uncompressed music, uncompressed recordings. And that's pretty great. Freak, sure. If you want to send us some MP3s, we'll figure out a way to do that. The best way would probably be via email. It's thedailydoug@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Is our email address for the channel. So appreciate y'all. I need to give a one more plug, and then we're gonna review the week. This has been a wonderful discussion, and we thank y'all for hanging out with us. A lot of participation.
Yeah.
Just absolutely love that you are hanging out with us today.
Absolutely.
I have a new class.
Yeah.
Another class coming up. I taught 2 over the summer, and if you had FOMO and you missed out, you can get back into it. This class is called Exploring Chromaticism. And boy, it's going to be fun. It's going to meet on Monday nights, I think at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays. And we're going to do 8 Mondays over the next couple of months. And, we're going to be talking about things that make your music have a lot of color. Secondary dominance, modal mixture, modal tendency tones, and modal alterations. We can do chromatically altered predominance, fully diminished 7th chords that can be common chord tonal shifts.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about set theory and pitch class sets and how you can think about those that way.
Yeah.
It's really a great and fun time, and I would say that anybody who has a knowledge of music, if you're pretty good with your knowledge of your triads and your 7th chords and your diatonic scales and keys and that sort of thing, then I think that you'll be just fine to go through this course. Okay, if you have that sort of level understanding to start with, then you'll do just fine
Yeah.
with us. So we're excited about all of that.
Absolutely.
And
Hey, if I'm
yeah,
taking it and looking forward to it, I guarantee y'all will be able to. I I have music degrees, but music theory was never ever
yeah,
something I was comfortable with. It's
yeah.
never been my strong suit. But Doug is an excellent
Mm-hmm.
teacher. I'm not just saying this because I'm married to the guy. The thing is that you need to understand is I've had a bunch of different professors and I've gleaned information from all of them in different ways, but Doug has a way of of being able to synthesize and explain things in a way that just really makes sense. And he also is very good at sensing if he's explaining something to you one way and he can see that you're not quite getting it. He's good at at kind of tapping into if I explain it this way instead, maybe it's going to come through a little more clearly, and so he can kind of shift gears and go with the flow that way and go, okay, I'm going to try to explain it this way now. And he's extremely patient and and also loves feedback from like to hearing questions and participation from the folks in the class. So it's always
Yeah.
so when it's lively, it's
Yeah.
super fun.
Leffy, when
Yeah.
Megan attends the course, I take it out of her paycheck. Yeah, yeah. That's a good question.
That's a good
Oh
question.
man, this is great stuff, y'all. So yeah, that class, the exploring chromaticism, it's on Patreon. So if you are interested in that class, head to the Patreon. It's $60. That's all it is per month.
Yeah.
You get so for a total of 120 over the 2 months, you get 8 1-hour courses with me,
Yeah.
and it's a small group, and it's going to be just wonderful. It's going to be absolutely great. What do you got?
I'm so excited for it. I
What's
really can't
happening?
wait. I wanted to show you that because I just thought it was lovely. William McKenzie.
Thank you, William.
Thank you for the content, Doug. You're an important part of my day, and we love you. We love and appreciate you all.
Much love, y'all.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
So here's what's coming up this week, my friends. It's going to be a big, it's a big time thing. And tomorrow we're going back to Nightwish. It's been a while, and it's going to be Song of Myself, live from Vakken in 2013. And thanks to our friend Carrie for suggesting that one.
Yeah.
I'm doing Behind the Score for my Patreon folks on Tuesday. And on Wednesday on YouTube, we're doing 9 Inch Nails and their song "Hurt," but it's covered. We're doing the Johnny Cash version, and we're looking forward to sharing that with all of you. I'm also
Absolutely.
interviewing Rachel Flowers this
Yeah.
week. That'll be dropped in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then on Friday and Thursday, I'm doing fan favorites, the September fan favorites.
Yeah.
To do that, and so that's going to be fun. And then Friday, Moving Pictures Side 2 from Rush.
Yeah.
Bree, did you miss that? Bree must have came in late. Yeah, I get to talk to Rachel Flowers on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and that's going to be fun. It's going to be lots of fun. What do you got?
Oh, Stuart, thank you. Stuart said that having me in the class was fun. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoyed being there with all of you because it was always a
She
good
asked
time.
the questions y'all are scared to ask. What are you talking?
Keep it here for a
Okay,
second
sure.
because I thought that was a funny comment from Andrew. Music composition is difficult. Differential equations seems to be easier.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
With differential equations, it's either right or it's wrong.
It made me
Music
it made me
composition
chuckle at
is-
first, but it's actually true.
It's subjective, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
true.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see Rachel play in concert next month, and so we're gonna be talking with her ahead of that, and really looking forward to it. So yeah,
Leffe, we would come to Sweden in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Stockholm was one of my favorite cities I've ever
I
visited.
love Stockholm.
Bar none.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've both been to Stockholm
Yes.
at different times.
At different times. Yeah.
On different trips.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I believe that is all we have for you, my friends. This is one of our longer Sunday live streams, but it was
true.
chock full of information.
Hey,
there's a lot
a-
going on.
Before we end things,
Sure.
there's a really good question here.
The answer is no.
From Metal Mark. I like this question.
For sure.
The song that has most pleasantly surprised you since you started YouTube, since you started doing these analysis and reaction
Oh man,
videos, like
that's a hard question.
it's a
Surprised.
hard one. That pleasantly surprised you.
Honestly, how much I liked the last Megadeth one. That's what comes to my mind. I was not expecting to like that one, and I
Yeah.
did. And I actually really thought it was a wonderful tune.
Good.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that surprised
That's
me.
really cool.
You know, I have my favorites. I have my
Sure.
favorites.
Right.
But I was expecting them to be, great and favorites.
That makes sense to me.
You know, so that's a
like you
different.
expected Close to the Edge
Yeah.
to be great.
Right.
Right. Like you knew.
I expected, all of, like I had never listened to this entire album before. Just parts of it. And
Yeah.
the entire experience was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
I expected that. I was ready for it.
Right.
Gosh, some of the EPLs that we've done, I really loved, the Neil Morse band, Similitude of a Dream. I really, really enjoyed that. That was great stuff.
Yeah.
Wobbler. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Never knew who they were, and they wobbled right into my heart. I mean, that's great.
They wobbled right.
They just snuck right in there and said, "Hey, y'all."
Oh my gosh, Doug.
Come on now.
I swear.
Yeah, it's there's so many. We've done so many of these. We're coming up on, we're over 450 episodes. I have to look every day to see. And we're getting very close to 250,000 subscribers. We're getting close.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe
that's
we'll do
so amazing,
maybe we'll do
Doug.
something fun for that. Maybe
That's so
coming up.
amazing.
So great stuff. Yeah, and there's Fish, and there's the Grateful Dead, and there's
Yeah.
this band and this band and this band and this band,
Yeah.
and so it's the great news is we don't have any lack of music to slow us down.
True.
So great
And
stuff.
oh my goodness, Andrew. Thank you. Holy moly. This is the most incredible community.
They really are.
I mean, you all are
Yeah.
the most incredible community.
I don't
Truly.
care what the other people say about all of you. I know that y'all are great.
What? Who's saying what about what? You just make
That's the
stuff
second
up.
bad joke. If I keep going,
You just make
then
stuff
I'll
up.
strike out.
You
And
just make stuff up.
and I have it's on the wall. I have a doctorate in making shit up. I have a doctorate in making shit up. That is I am certifiable. That is absolutely. Andrew, I'm up for a Wobbler interview. Email me
Yeah,
if you have a
absolutely.
way to get in touch with him. Email me and I'll follow up on that. I promise you. That'll be great. Nightwish on Monday. Johnny Cash and Hurt on Wednesday, and the conclusion of Moving Pictures by Rush on Friday, and then much more happening on the Patreon. We're the hardest working content creators that you know, and we're going to keep at it. And we
That's
thank
true.
all of you for your participation and your support. And much love, y'all.
Much love to you all.
We'll see you soon.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend, whatever's left in the week ahead.
Make it a good one.
Let's do it. We got this.
All right. We'll see you soon, y'all.
All right.
Thanks. Whoa.